Welcome to today's session. This is a speed and agility session which can be incorporated into your field session. The format for today's session is going to be a warm-up, followed by a speed and agility session. Then you can take it into your skills-based or technical-based session, and then we're going to finish up with a cool-down. So the shift in focus here is going to more explosive, more reactive type work. So building on what you have worked on up to now and make it quicker on the reactions. So we want to match that intensity in the warm-up. So we're going to start off slow, but build up to what you're going to be exposed to in the session. So we're going to begin this session with some ball work. So it's up to the coach to select what you want to work on at the start of the session. That could be a hand passing drill, a soloing drill, but you want to do this at about 60 to 70% pace, and you want to keep it linear in movement. So nothing with too much change of direction just now, and no evasion type work just yet. So keep it linear based, keep it moderate pace, 60 to 70%. It's just about getting the heart rate up, and you're going to do that for about 3 to 5 minutes. Once you've completed that, we're going to work on dynamic movements. And I'm going to demonstrate some dynamic movements now that you can incorporate into the session. So you're going to work off a space of about 10 meters. So Keelan's going to demonstrate here for us. So Keelan, I'll get you down to the end. And we're going to work to this point here, so you can go right down to the end for me. The first exercise you're going to work on is the A mechanics drill. So Keelan's going to demonstrate here the A march drill. So Keelan, when you're ready, pulling the knees and toes up in front, getting that opposite arm and leg movement, and you can see Keelan is coming up onto the ball of the foot here on this movement. So you can start with that A march drill, really getting that knee up in front and toes up in front. Yep, that's it. You can start with that, and then if you're ready to progress on, you can take it to an A skip drill. So you're just introducing that skip movement into it and remembering to attack the ground. This is something we've been working on for a while now. So pulling the knee and toe up in front, attack the ground, nice strong torso. And Keelan will get you to pop back here to demonstrate the heel cycling drill. So these are all drills that you're now familiar with, but it's just a refresher, a reminder of the components. So heel cycling, you're pulling that heel up to the backside underneath, getting the toes up. Yep, that's fine. If you're struggling with the movement, don't worry about it. It all takes time. You have to keep practicing these drills, keep reminding yourself of the technique. So what you're looking for there on that is pulling the heel up underneath the backside, so not up behind. It's not a butt kick exercise. You're pulling the heel up underneath, and you're scraping the foot off the ground as you come down, cycling up and keeping the toes turned up. So pulling up underneath, keeping the toes turned up, and letting the arm action just become natural with that one. Okay, so Keelan, let's pop down to the end here again. And we're going to move on to some change of direction stuff now, but keeping it nice and light. 60 to 70%, we're going to go side shuffle. So let's face this direction. You're just going to work out to this point here again, about 10 meters, nice and low, and stick it here, pause, and back. So starting to get that lateral movement. We know the technique now on this, standing up. Good. Pause it here, and back again. Nice and light to begin with, 60 to 70% pace. Okay, let's take it into a dynamic stretch. Keelan's going to demonstrate the forward lunge for us with an arm reach overhead. Good. Step together and alternate. Good. Okay, so Keelan's going straight into a lunge here without stepping together. If you do want to pause, you can get that step together. And pause it here. And with that movement, you can get the arm reach up and overhead, step together, and then take the arms down and alternate that. So whatever variation you want to do, just focus on opening up at the hips and stretching the arms up and overhead. So Keelan, let's demonstrate the backward lunge now. Let's take the arm reach out of this. We're now activating the glute muscles. Step together and step back. Good. Arms just here in front or wherever they're most comfortable. Dropping that back knee towards the ground. You can touch the ground if you want. Good. Catch your balance if you need to. Take your time with this. You're waking up those glutes by initiating the movement backwards. And finishing there, Keelan, good. Okay, let's get the hamstring stretched out. Let's go high hamstring kick, kicking to the opposite hand. A couple of quick steps in between. With this warm-up, you want to keep it moving. We're prepping for our fast speed and agility work, so keep it moving, get a good stretch. Good, on the way back, let's continue that hamstring stretch, bring the calves into it, turn the toes up. We're going to sweep the grass. All of this working across a distance of just about 10 meters is fine. So we've opened up the front and back of the hips. Let's hit the side now with this next one. So we're going to work on the over the gate movement. So you're lifting the knee up from the center. Let's go from the center, Keelan, yeah, and out, center, and out. Couple of quick steps in between. Keep your hips square on this. Don't let your hips rotate with you. So your leg is rotating in the hip socket. Don't let the hips rotate. And on the way back, a deeper stretch. Let's face this direction. Go side to side on a lateral lunge, keeping your toes forward. And then big step around. Good. Side, step around. Good. Okay, let's do side to side, Keelan. Good. Okay, so on that one, if you're finding that that's a bit tricky to do and you're forgetting which leg is leading, you can do side to side and then step around and do the same thing, side to side. Step around. Again, if you're getting confused with that movement, just do it on the spot. Nice wide stance, toes pointing forward, side, pause for a second to side. Just keeping it all dynamic. Okay, we're going to fire up the warm-up now by increasing the activations through the muscles, and we're going to do a high knee bound exercise. So Keelan, when you're ready, again, this is the skipping motion, but it's powerful here. You're driving through that back leg, and you've got those A-skip mechanics with the toes up and knee up. When you're ready, again, working across 10 or 15 meters here. Good, okay, pause it there. Keelan, let's do that again, and now look for a little bit more power. And coaches at home, you can get them to repeat it again, but no more than twice. Driving through that back leg and keeping the leg nice and strong behind. Keelan, you can come up here to me. We're going to continue working on the jumping movements, and now we're going to challenge the single leg through lateral movement. So Keelan, we're going to perform the ski jump exercise. So you're going to start off here, balance on one leg, jump to the opposite leg, catch yourself, balance, and then bound back. Good. Challenge yourself with this one by jumping a little bit further each time if you can. Get your balance right, and you're going to do about 10 repetitions here on this. And pause. Perfect. Okay, a little bit difficult when you're doing this on the field and in your studs. So just start off with a shorter distance, gradually increase the distance, keep it nice and slow. Catch and get that pause and stick movement. So we're going to move on to the squat jump exercise next and involve the rotation jumps. We will have done this before in our warm-up. So Keelan, I'll get you to demonstrate that again. What we'll do here is just move in a circle motion all the way around. So you're just jumping to the right all the way around, and then we'll do the same to the left for a circle around. If you want to do a few more on this, do, but just remember we've got a heavy session ahead of us, so not too much here in the warm-up. Explosive jump on the squat jump and turn. Good. Make sure you get enough height so that you're not turning with your foot on the ground. You jump, turn, land, absorb the force. Let's see that again to the left this time, all the way around, Keelan. Perfect, good. Okay, and we're going to finish up this section of the warm-up before we go to some reactive stuff with a hop and stick exercise. But again, we're just going to work on the spot here, and we're going to work in a square motion again. So Keelan, balancing on one leg, you're going to hop forward and stick, hop to the side and stick, hop back, stick, hop to the side and stick. Good. Switch legs. Hop. Make sure you get that stick. Catch yourself with the opposite leg if you have to. And you're going to do about 2 or 3 rounds on that for each leg. Once you've completed all of that, you're now ready to move on to some reactive type drills. So the coach again can use their own drills for this. You can build up to now 70 to 80% pace. But what you want to now include is reactive type stuff. So for instance, if you were doing hand passing and you were doing linear work before, now you can make it an X drill where players are having to evade each other on the way across. Or if you were doing a receiving drill, hand passing receiving or kick pass receiving drill, you can work on various heights where your partner is kicking the ball or hand passing the ball towards you or rolling the ball along the ground at height to the side so that you're reacting on the movement. You're collecting the ball, then you can work on that evasion with the player that you're working with as well, or on that X drill that you're evading the players crisscrossing over. Anything that's going to incorporate the skills of the game and challenge the reactions through running and change of direction work. And we're now ready for the speed and agility component of our session. This is the speed and agility section of today's session. And we're going to work on accelerations, which we've been doing up to now, and at 100% pace, which we've also been doing. But we're going to increase the reactive work that we're going to work on. So I will have used the ball before and you will have reacted on that work. But now I'm going to make it a little bit more unpredictable. So Keelan's going to demonstrate for us here a 3-point acceleration position. But what I'm going to do is throw the ball from behind now to give him a visual reaction, which we need for on-field work, but to make it that bit more unpredictable. Okay, so Keelan's going to be in, I'm just going to talk you through this first. Keelan's going to be in a 3-point position, which involves a kneeling position with the opposite arm of the front leg flexed up in that running position, and the back knee off the ground. And from there, he's going to drive forward and accelerate. So Keelan, if you want to rest down for now, he's going to do that with a reaction on the ball. Once he sees the ball go past him, he's going to accelerate forward across 10 meters and then decelerate as well. It's important we get that deceleration too. This is all stuff we worked on before. We're just now working on the reactive component. Okay, so Keelan, get ready into that position. Once you see the ball go past you, accelerate forward, then decelerate. Good, and get that stick. Perfect, okay? So you're going to do that about 2 to 3 times. And if you're uncomfortable with that 3-point position, you can take both hands down so it becomes a 4-point position and just get used to that. What you can also do, thanks Keelan, if you want to pop back down here. What you can also do is practice that 3-point acceleration before you incorporate the ball in for that reactive work. So we're now going to demonstrate the next drill, which is the kneeling acceleration. So again in a kneeling position, but now instead of your torso coming forward and your hands supporting, you're going to be in more of an upright position. So Keelan's going to lean slightly forward, so we've got a slight forward angle at the shin and the torso, and they're parallel to each other, they're in line. Your foot behind is going to be underneath you, and with this one, Keelan, your hands are up. The opposite arm of your front leg is flexed because you've got that opposite arm and leg action. And the same arm as your front leg is down by your side and ready to propel forward. From this position, you're going to raise your knee off the ground and accelerate forward. Okay, so the knee remains on the ground until you react, and then you raise the knee and accelerate forward. And the idea here is to maintain that low body position and get those same angles that we've got here from this position and maintain it through, this time 20 meters. Okay, so this is a 20-meter acceleration. So Keelan's going to get ready in that position. Again, he's reacting on the visual of the ball going past him. All the way and decelerate. Good. Incorporating that deceleration in all the time, remembering how important it is in the game. Huge amount of deceleration demands in the game. High risk of injury with deceleration, so bringing it into every drill that you can, incorporate that deceleration. Thanks, Keelan. You're going to perform that 2 to 3 times at 100% pace, and then we're going to take it onto a step back acceleration. We're going to go across 30 meters now. Again, this is one we'll have worked on before, but now you're working again on the unpredictable reaction of that ball going past you. Okay, so Keelan, you're in that athletic stance position. Once you see that ball, you're going to step back, accelerate forward across 30 meters and get that deceleration again. Again, the coach is behind. You're going to throw the ball to have them react. Don't let them anticipate it. Good, nice and powerful, and decelerate. Good. So fast quick on the reaction, respond to that visual of the ball going past you. You can incorporate a bit of a race here as well with partners. You can do whole group at the same time or one at a time. Just make sure everyone's getting their rest in between. Generally, you want to take 1 minute per 10 meters. So for the 10 minutes, 1 minute. For 20, 2 minutes. For 30, 3 minutes rest in between. 100% effort, 2 to 3 reps on each one. Once you've completed that, you can take it on to the technical component of your session.